Well, well, well. The opening of the rock star Silver Ice. Ice, baby. Of your favorite audio version on the video platform with the black screen recorded to you right here and now. As I look up at the calendar, it's the 26th day of June 2025. It's 4:12 p.m. exactly Central here in the wet, stormy, great state of Minnesota. Fear-mongering radio. Commercial music free, sponsor free podcast. You don't have any money or any get. Like it, dislike it, share it, walk on by. Quality over quantity. It's great to have thousands and thousands of listens and views. Listen to a guy, they got fired from their wisecracks. Got fired and they weren't making any good of the company. Like 5 people that run a channel. I'm like, really? This voice runs both channels. I'm going to very rarely use TikTok-y. I'll put up some trawling videos that I'm asking for get on the mean streets of Minneapolis. But we got some rains. My lovely and talented creek in the backyard went over the lovely and talented bridge, and this morning was like a 8-pound northern there, and to kick it over. So it moved a little bit because last time, like 8 years ago, I had to push it back through the water to my waist. This time, the Navy man next door, we had to put it down. I don't know why I hurt his knee. Well, he was climbing up the ladder with a beer in his hand. I just looked at him as a poor choice. A bit of beer in your hand when you're climbing up. Got ourselves a new sink over there at Menards. I said, you're not going to go over to Home Depot and save $20 on this thingamajig here. Give him the credit card. Let's get the hell out of here. I got to do an NFL podcast. Guy who charges $115 something. I said, here's a $100 and a $20. Thank you. This guy asked me at Menards about this, and I go, I pay people to do that for me. Just like at Oak Ridge Country Club one time I gave Jack. I said, hey, Jack, I think it's a great afternoon for you to go home and do the lawn. Looked at it real slow, and I pay people like you to do my lawn and carry my golf clubs. It's true. That's why you gave me $200 last week to do your lawn. Absolutely. I pay the Hebrew slaves. I do the real man welding, and spent 6 hours today watching YouTube channels. Mainly it was how peanut butter was made, Doritos, Kit Kats, old cars. Had to go one place, some blueprints. I said, sure, I'll leave the building. Brand new 2025. Scratched my balls. That's all I did. Got my DJI back, brand new. Got that all ready to rock and roll. Back in the saddle. But yes, here we are, another fabulous edition for you guys out there. Wherever this finds you, I hope you're healthy and you're wealthy and everything is all good in the hood. It's always a great day when you can hear and breathe and see and feel pain. I can walk around in the rain. I look out in the backyard, green grass and high tides forever. Bitch, please. And I mean, bitch, please. Outlaws, good album. Good song, good album. Good group, Molly Hatchet. All those groups smoke their geef and rank their own songs. And Leonard Skinner, yeah, you betcha, Freebird. We'll need boots on the ground.
Call from
connected. Cowpote.
To accept.
Hang on 1 second.
Okay.
Anyways, in Iran, we're going to probably have to have boots on the ground to see what the hunch is. Obliterated, right? We probably already do, and we put them in harm's way. I did an audio version on the Adventure Channel about what my thoughts on this behavior. Remember, World War I was supposed to end all wars. It did not, and Hitler in 1939, the brown shirts decided to invade Poland, and then Japan pulled us in. They capitulated September 2nd, 1945, and it ended World War II on the mighty, mighty Mo. We only hope we don't have just a 12-day war. We only wish, bitch, please. You plan, God laughs. The hunch is getting all pissed. It's like my mom would always tell me, and I tell it to my lovely wife. Just build a bridge. Just build a bridge and get over it. But remember these brave men and women, 1 and 2, especially storming the beaches, snapped next to crowds and freed the Jews. Also had forgotten war, Vietnam, and all the wars out there. Appreciate it very, very much. Balls the size of apple over trees. There as follows: Air Force, Army, the Marines, the Navy, the merchants, the Coast Guard uniform. They're all out there who have served and will serve and helped out in that little strike. The bunkers. Appreciate you guys very, very much. Remember, I don't want poor people. I don't want to be poor. I want poor people. I don't want drug dealers, or I don't want people cheating their wives or spouses. It's a good choice. If you know good people, you'll win a good life. So please, then, are your choices. Would you shower in the shower at Penn State? I would not shower in the shower at Penn State. No. See a Boy Scout being taken advantage of, step up, and start snapping necks of these people who are children. Not that tough. You don't need drugs. I just eliminated some guy down in Alabama. Public hangings. Condoms are always helpful. This is a condom. Put one on. Prevent AIDS. Even though you say maybe me on the pill, prevent yourself from AIDS or herpes, gonorrhea, needle in the penis. Ouch. Unwanted pregnancy. Don't use abortion for birth control. Smashing gas, Shetzel-Dam, okay? Put one on. That's all you got to do, okay? Thank you. I mean, that's all I'm asking as a citizen. I have no children that I know of. I did a lot of effing of a lot of whores and sluts. What do I say? Whores on the couch, sluts in the back. No, whores, it's sluts. What is it again? How do I always say it? Whores in the back seat, sluts in the couch, and you make love in the bed. Anyways, what we're asking, don't drink and drive. Call some murder someone. Pick up the phone before you murder somebody. Call Casey Grits. Call Santa Claus. Call Dinger. Call Arizona. Just call somebody. Thank you very much. Wonder Hussies out there. Carpetbagger. Jenny Penny. Dilly Woo. Any of the YouTubers you guys in love with. Call me. If I can do it, I'll come and get you, young ass. But anyways, happy Friday. When this comes out tonight. Anyways, well, guess what? Here he is. He called the show. Casey Grits, welcome to the show.
If you see something, say something. Don't, like a cop, call a crackhead.
That's right. So true.
So anyway, how the hell are you?
I'm well. I'm feeling a little, finally, I think, of that illness. I have no idea. I was spitting up brown stuff, and Saturday is like a total thing. I finally got my taste buds back. I think probably Wednesday and Saturday, and it was kind of like my first full day where I wasn't have a cloudiness where I felt kind of dazed.
You're still not feeling 100%?
I'm finally 100%. I mean, it's just not.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I am. It just took a long time. And last Saturday, she kept checking me because she thought I was going to die.
Yeah. You said you weren't feeling good.
I don't know what it was, but I mean, it just, I don't know. It was just one of those things. I don't know what the hell it was, man. But whatever went through my body. And Sunday, with the car show on Saturday, Friday, I was there for a long time, and that was like I think that kind of, who knows what it had, but it was. I don't remember much of Saturday. I shouldn't have went in. And then Sunday I kind of recovered, but still was still really bad. And it took a while at the A job to kind of, get stuff out of my body. And even we had Chipotle on Wednesday. Someone was retiring. 2 ladies. Told the one lady what I really like. I said, not a big Chipotle person, but you did give me a good free meal. I appreciate it. She laughed. And I said, there's 2 pieces of cake over there. You know how you take both? You take them both at once, because if you go back up, you look like a pig. She said, I like that. There was a black, a brown, and a white. I said, I'm taking one of each. What the hell? They had Chipotle, and it's like, that stuff's hard to stomach. You
tell her your nickname is Chipotle?
Yeah, I told her that too, so she laughed. I told her that too. She's a really nice lady. She's been there for longer than I've been there. She's been like 25 years, so she's going down the road. She's retired. I go, Mom, what do you do? She says, I have no idea. So.
Well, hopefully she has some plan, because you got to have something to do in retirement.
Right, that's what I told her. So her pension is like, I don't know, like $4,000 a month. So I mean, I qualify.
Travel, and meet people.
Right? I get my pension. I qualify for September 2nd, which will be, I think, $3,000 a month. I think if I stay longer, I get more. So, but anyways, yeah, it's just been had to have the convertible up 2 back-to-back days. It poured like a banshee here.
Oh God, it's been so hot here, like heat advisory here. I did yard work on Tuesday, and I was like, I looked like you just sprayed me with a garden hose. I was sweating so bad.
Well, like I said, that weekend when I was really down for the count. I mean, I'm glad I went on Friday to the auto show, to the back to 50s, because it was like 97 degrees both days. So I got that. It was hot as hell, and it was worse on Sunday. And it was a lot of stuff. It was a fun back to 50s, like 50,000 vehicles there.
Was it outside?
Yes, I have videos coming up on this channel.
Oh, I thought it was inside, the wheels.
No, it's the Minnesota State Fairgrounds. If you look,
no wonder you felt sick.
Yeah, because I had a big breakfast, and I got there like 9 o'clock. I walked around till 2.
Oof.
So I think
that'll do it.
And I was trying to drink water. I think that's where it started. Maybe I was dehydrated. So, but she told me on Monday. You always say about poor choice. She goes, she leans in. She goes, that was a poor choice. She goes, that was effing poor choice. So, so whenever I do something, she just looks at me and goes, poor choice. So she gets it to me all the time whenever I do something stupid. She goes, that's a poor choice. She loves to roll that in my face when I do something dumb. What do you always say? It was a poor choice.
I don't know how they manage to do it, but they're all, like 99% of the time, they're always right.
Yep. But yeah, we got the new sink in today, so got that done. So.
All right.
But anyway, so what's on your mind?
Well, I have not watched hardly any Sarasota Tim.
I
watched Jenny Penny.
Mm-hmm.
We talked on the phone the other day.
Go ahead.
It wasn't on a recording.
Right.
I watched Jenny Penny. I am going to just elect to say she seems like a very nice girl, but I don't want to slam dunk on Jenny Penny, so...
No, she's over the top.
I will not be watching her videos.
She's over the top. She's over she likes toys, and she's done videos where she'll go through a McDonald's and she'll buy the bucket, So her whole video is about...
Oh, like the Happy Meal toys?
Yes, she does that all the time. Their whole house is full of knickknacks. Their whole house is full of knickknacks.
Yeah, I saw that. I had never seen his house before, because like I said, I didn't know about him until you started telling me about him. I saw in that video where they get home from flying to Hawaii that their whole house is full of knickknacks. Now, I don't know how old Carpetbagger is, I would guess that he's maybe like 10 years older than I am, or something like that. Not too much older than I am. A lot of people in my age group are like really, really nostalgic and are into like toys and stuff like that. And I will admit, I do have some knickknacks, but I would not have like every inch of my house covered in crap like that.
Yeah, wherever he goes, I like to see a toy store. There's one over here in Richfield, and it's a hobby town. I love going there every once in a while. Just walk through and look. They have all kinds of all ages. They have all kinds of cool stuff. I get it. I think, and there was a toy store. There was a toy museum in Virginia Beach. It was cool to walk through and remind me. I remember the big wheel, but I collect championship hats. And since I was way back, I have every championship of any professional sport I've ever had. Okay, and I have them in I'll organize it up in my cabin. Okay, I get NBA one, I get NHL one, whoever wins. W running ponytails, but those knickknacks are just. When he got back, went to my house. He goes, the bunker was a mess. Because one thing about it, Passy Productions, who are obsessed with Daily Woo, right? He goes. He said something in when he talked about the Daily Woo. About Carpetbagger and his when they got engaged, right? And the way he said it, that what made the excuse to get engaged was the car accident. That's what gave him the guts to do it, because he was afraid he was going to lose her, right? You know what I'm saying? Because that's the housekeeper, which I've called her since day one. I'm the one that nicknamed her the housekeeper. People got up on that, And so he goes about marriage. It's just like two gay men marrying two lesbians who I know are very good friends of mine. They're married to lesbians, and they've been living together for 20 years in a duplex. For the girls work at 3M, so they carry the groceries.
Oh, the insurance.
The insurance. So it's almost like it's almost this idea that she will agree to him getting out. Not a big deal. Give her the ring, keep her happy, because he got snipped, so he can't knock her up. So he can't get her pregnant. So he won't be sustained by a child. You know what I'm saying?
Now that I've seen like a full screen shot of both of them, that's not a mental image that I want to think about anymore.
No. And I don't hate either one of them, but he's the way he said it, it's like it's going to be okay for not as much, but you know what's going to happen? He's taking days off, which is great. He's resting. He's good. I guess he went to some family function. But what happened? The algorithms will forget about him because they're used to the everyday thing. I put stuff on my adventure channels every day. That's going to be. I'll go every other later on here in October because I've gotten into my rope here, kind of what I've been doing, but I'm just going to still continue to do stuff, but not as much as I used to. You know what I'm saying? When I have time.
Yeah.
But the bottom line, it's fine every day, but I could care less. I work for a living, okay? But,
well, Carpetbagger seems, like I've said this before, he seems very, I would say immature, but I don't mean it like that. He's got the mind of an 18 or of like a 17-year-old, 16-year-old, and so after I watched that Jenny Penny video, I got the same vibe from her. So then I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to make fun of her because she might genuinely have something going on. Him, I think he's just a man-child, but
he thinks he
might have something going on.
Well, they both think they have autism. No, they like children's toys, and she claims she wants to go get checked if he has autism. He self-diagnosed himself with being autism. Okay, he's done that. That's what he's done. And then he claims now he no longer has type 2 diabetes because he shoves food down his throat. He does it. I eat on camera once in a while to piss people off because that's me. But if you're a real YouTuber, my favorite Florida train guy, Distant Signal, he did a really good video the other day and talking about Florida. He goes, I have a new restaurant I like, and he just showed the restaurant and the food, and he talked about it, and then that was it. He didn't shove it in his mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, when you were cooking the other day, you only made one sandwich. You didn't make a sandwich for the missus?
She did. She had something else.
Okay.
She had
I thought you were getting cheap on her.
No, she didn't want that with that sandwich. Like tonight, I'm making burgers tonight on the grill. So.
That'll be good.
Corn on the cob and burgers tonight. Because last night at Ports, we had to reshuffle back to fish, and then we didn't have any tartar sauce, so I had to go up and pay $4 for some tartar sauce because I was not going to get my tartar sauce. It's like having with a hot dog without ketchup, it's just me. But I had to run up.
Another video I did watch was this afternoon. Man, this is funny. I don't. So Carl really likes Dinger, Detective Dinger. That's what he calls it.
Right.
Dinger put out a video this afternoon, and he has on an Elvis, like one of those Halloween masks that is just the top of your head.
Yep.
And it's Elvis, and he was doing a Sarasota Tim impersonation, except Sarasota Tim doesn't have Elvis hair.
Yeah, I know.
And the voice that he used for Sarasota Tim was like this. Well, hi, it's me, Sarasota Tim. He doesn't even sound like that. So I commented, I'm like, Dinger, I'm worried about you, man. He doesn't look like Elvis. And Dinger said he does. He has a whooped hair like Elvis. I'm like, all right, these people, these haters, man.
Yep.
They are such a wild bunch.
I saw the video. Carl told me it was real great, so I went and watched it. I just said, "This is the most." I mean, I'm sorry. He's trying to intimidate and do what I've done and what who else has done that before. Who will pretend there's somebody else? Who in the hell's done it? But whatever. It's like I get it. You're trying to be something, but it's like it was just very.
Yeah. Different strokes for different folks. I know Carl really likes them, but I just. Dinger doesn't do it for me.
He actually made a comment on my cooking channel, so I'm like, wow, on the cooking one. So.
And he's getting brave because he said something about Carl hating on BlindViews, so he's testing the water.
For some reason, he wants to get to 1,000 subs. It doesn't mean I get you get monetized. It doesn't mean a damn thing. I'm monetized over on the Adventure channel. Some get pushed out and some don't. I was just looking at somebody's channel the other day. I think it was Wandering Gypsy. Love her dearly. One she had 7,000. One she had 20,000. You know what I'm saying? Because she's getting consistent. But that's what I mean. She's very inconsistent. Same thing. Wonder Hussy. It just. And there was a guy who I was listening to Wisecracks. They got fired. The whole group of people on the channel got fired from the company. And he did it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they all fired from their YouTube channel because it's a corporate YouTube. Just go listen to Wisecracks, and then you can find him. And he did his video, and it's like he didn't get a severance pay. You're a YouTuber, okay? You're a YouTuber. I get it. You think but so he's trying to make money, on YouTube. It's called Wisecracks, and there was the last channel, and he had all the links down below on his that he on there. They took him out, but. There was like a writer. I write my own crap, my own behaviors, but they had gotten fired. They terminated everybody on the channel because the guy said they're not paying out like they used to on YouTube. They just don't.
No, that's what I was about to say. I think this would be the worst time ever to try and be a full-time YouTuber.
Well, Tampa Jay's trying to do that.
There's so many people. Yeah, Tampa Jay and that girl, Chris, that you were telling me about. Yeah, I think it's a horrible idea. Like somebody like Dinger, who he is retired and doesn't have anything to do. If he was just making videos for fun, then that's whatever. But like he really wants to be monetized. He made like a special station, like a desk with monitors and stuff, to where he has he's making a little studio.
Look at BlindViews. He's chasing the mighty dollar, and he doesn't get a lot. And then the Huss does these videos once every 6 months, bitching about money. It's like, that's why she sells calendars, that her nude or suggestive calendars, because she's monetizing her body. Because she doesn't know how to get stuff in the can. She needs somebody to be who would be a really good editor to help her out to edit. So let's say you're a really good editor, you would edit for her for let's say, hey, I'll do it for free, don't worry about it. And then she could do maybe but I don't think 3 a week, like Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. But it's not out. It's not out there anymore. It's not. You didn't have to sell T-shirts. I'm not going to wear a BlindViews shirt, Tater shirt. Would you? Come on. I mean, give me a break.
There's just so many monetized channels that there's less and less and less to go around.
Correct.
People caught wind that it was like an easy money thing, and then it just got flooded with people that are making the channel. Right. And then, especially if you're in a niche, so somebody like carpetbagger, right, that makes travel videos.
Right.
That's sort of a wide net if you just find a group of people that like your personality. But I wouldn't be hitching my wagon to making Sarasota Tim hate videos and building my whole channel if I was trying to be seriously monetized, you know?
Right. I mean, I did the one.
Carl, he doesn't care.
Right, he doesn't care. I mean, I did my.
He does it for fun.
I did the one there about BlindViews Prove the Proof tonight. You know what I'm saying? It's got 160, whatever the hell it has. Great, you know. You know.
I'm not gonna watch his thing.
Well, you know what?
I mean, I don't usually watch them. The other night I had it on because I didn't have anything to do. I think I was cooking or something.
Yep.
And I just happened to, it was like the Dinger thing. It was like serendipity. Like I just happened to be there when he said my name. I just happened to be there when BlindViews started talking about you. And that's why I said, like, you know, specifically, but I'm not going to watch it tonight. I'm just not interested. He lost me when he started going to politics.
Yep.
He lost me when he made that comment about if I'm a brown shirt, here's your shower.
Yep.
Like, no.
Yeah, well, you know what he does is political shorts is when he listens to, because he listens to a lot of righties. So he's a very unhappy man in my mind, very unhappy. And so he listens to whoever he listens to, and then he gets this in his mind and he does his shorts. You know what I'm saying? So he'll listen to whoever he's listening to. Sean Hannity, he listens to other Rogan people that will talk, and then he goes and does his he gets his talking points from other people. That's what he does. He's a very I think he's a very unhappy man, because I think he's always wanted to be a nomad, and he thinks he can't because because he's blind, and he feels my brother-in-law, like I was telling Carl on the phone, been blind since birth, and when he got out of he made a good bucket of money selling the Snickers and Mountain Dew to the prisons, and his wife was a teacher. They have, what do they call those things? You can yearly things so you can travel around. What do they call those things? Timeshares.
I know what you're talking about. So, yeah, timeshare.
We've always had offers on. I'm like, no, thank you. We don't travel that much. And in the wintertime, they leave the cabin where I have up, and they've winterized it. I'm the same like I have. And guess where they go? They were in San Antonio for 3 weeks. They went to Florida for 2 weeks, down to Disney World, so the whole family could come down. It sleeps 10, the house they were in, so all the grandchildren come down. And it was like, come on down, free place to stay, and you know that's what he does. I have never heard him bitch. He's blind. He travels extensively when winter comes around. They use that blind. I mean, but he's just BlindViews is a very angry white man, very angry.
Well, when life deals you a shitty hand, you can handle it one of two ways.
Right.
And I do agree. I sort of didn't. It's interesting. I didn't notice it until like you and Mark and Carl started criticizing him. I never caught the jealousy angle of it.
Oh God, yeah.
And I think you guys are right. But like, yeah, I forgot what I was going to say. But he just, the jealousy thing.
That's why he's watching Nomads now, because he's stalking the Nomads. Then he did one video there. Listen, again in the background, okay, because he has his face so close to the screen. You know what I'm saying? Which, you know, I don't understand that. I lean back in my chair when I do a live stream. That's what I do. I lean back, okay? And I can point in the camera. I can lean in to make a point. And he was complaining because, let's say you and the wife are nomading, right? They don't tell us where they're going. That's none of your goddamn business.
Right, because they don't want to get stalkers or somebody going after them.
And like I said that today in the video. That came out today. It's none of your damn business. And then he did this to, he did that to Motator. He happened to point out some safety problem. Oh boy, you're lucky they don't inspect your vehicle. You know what that's doing? Tell your buddies to call him on him. You know what I'm saying?
Correct. That's throwing out the flag for the white hat.
Correct.
I remember what I was going to say.
Go ahead.
It's funny to me. He does the thing that so far left or far right, people get really mad about things that don't affect them in certain cities. It cracks me up that him living in Pennsylvania is like, they're burning down Los Angeles.
Yep.
You hate, as a right-winger, you hate Los Angeles and you hate California anyway. You should be happy that they're burning down Los Angeles.
But that was only a 4-block area.
He didn't rush to Minnesota to defend them when they were burning down the city with George Floyd.
Yeah, both cities were being burned to the ground. Both cities.
But he was pissed about that too, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Because it was a riot that was against his political alignment.
Correct.
Like, yeah, if you should hate California, you should be happy. But guess what? They weren't burning down Los Angeles. They weren't burning down Portland. It was all, everything was. It's just so dumb.
Yeah, I know.
So dumb.
But I still want to have him understand is why. What was I going to say? Why he can't travel because of Obama? Why he made it harder? I didn't understand why he whined about Obama. He can't travel because of Obama. I've never had that problem since Obama was in office. I don't know what the big deal was, but he's almost like a liberal. You got to blame somebody, right? Got to blame somebody. He's almost like a liberal. He lives up.
I would think he could still travel, too.
He can travel. He's just...
if he's legally blind and he has limited periphery of vision, clearly his wife can drive because she drives him around. So, I mean... He could still be a nomad.
Yeah,
she would just have to drive.
Yeah, my brother-in-law, he lived in White Bear Lake one day, and I'm driving down, and he goes, "Nope, don't take a left here. Next left." He knew where I was going. He goes, "Not here. No." And he goes, "You get off on 15? Nope, go up to 17." And he goes, "I know where I'm going."
Because he knows how long it should take.
Correct.
Yeah.
He knows how long it would take. But I've seen him. He made a really cool bar for his house. He would make stuff. He would have the saw up at the cabin making stuff. You'd see him working on a table saw, and his fingers are going right around it. Oh yeah, he has made plenty of things that would blow you away.
Well, they say that your senses get heightened, so maybe he can feel that vibration.
And there's twins in the family on both sides, and he knows them by voice. But he just knows.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah. He can be a pain in the ass. He has very little patience for some time, but I've never heard him complain about being blind. We always give him shit. Well, you're crippled. Well, that's true. I should be at 12th front line. Because at Disney, they wanted him to go, and he goes, "No, I'm not going through that special line. I'm not using my sightless. I'll wait in line like anybody else." So I've never, But this BlindViews is just this last week accusing me of going up to his family in a Cholo account, looking back and forth. He knows he's alive.
Yeah.
Tonight he will get prompted. He will get prompted. Someone will prompt him.
I don't think I'm going to watch him anymore, and I don't think I'm going to watch Life and Vibe anymore.
Well,
I'm just like...
Yeah, she's too long.
I think I'm wasting my time for not enough entertainment.
Right. If I had my choice, I'll listen.
It was entertaining. For
him, he's easier in the ears. If I want to listen to the guy, if I'll listen to somebody, she's Monty Python. She drives you insane. You're insane. So she goes on far too long.
Yes. It's just way too long, and it's mostly speculation too, or like what Mark was saying in one of his videos, which. Yes, if she's a registered nurse, she has been educated on diet stuff, because if you work inpatient, that's one of the things that you have to be educated on.
Correct.
Because of dietary restrictions. But this carnivore thing, they're running out of stuff to talk about with him because he's not traveling and he's not doing anything exciting.
Well, it's
carnivore is a terrible idea, especially if he really has a high cardiac calcium score, which we don't know. Just assume that he's lying.
Right.
Like you said, this truth teller thing. That's what I was going to talk to you about on Tuesday.
Yep.
So if his video gets 2,000 views, right?
Right.
And you conservatively say that 30% of them are hate views,
Correct.
then they're putting a lot of money in his pocket by hate watching his videos.
What did I say in that video? What did I say?
Yeah, you're totally right.
I've seen 2 videos of that, man. I saw the bike one, because I went and looked at it. I watched about 3 minutes of it. I first ever saw him because of Troll Patrol, and I'm like, really? And Troll Patrol said, he's boring. Forget it. I'm not going to cover him. He hasn't covered him since, because he realized he does 4 or 5. But Carpetbagger, you can talk about him because of the daily video. And speaking of Jenny Penny, it's just like Chris the Girl. It's the woman. It's June, and she's already talking about Halloween. And I
can't watch her. I tried to watch her after you told me about her, but I'm like, man, this is.
The Hawaii one was good because she kind of kind of opened up, but when Carpetbagger thing again, I was going to say is that the way he walk and talk again, fill in, which is 2 videos he did because he got from Hawaii claiming. It doesn't take that long to get over jet lag. I'm sorry, it doesn't take that long. I've done long flights from the Philippines and Japanese and Japan. Okay, and slept on the damn thing. It took me a day to get. I got back on a Saturday, the whole day Sunday. It's not that tough. Don't give me this crap. It takes that long. Okay, don't. It's I can't help but you did a 22-hour day because you had the cheapest flight. But he had the idea that. Now that they'll be married, he can still do what he wants to do. You know what I'm saying? Because
I don't think so.
Yeah, it won't last very long because, it will take a couple years for to get married. Okay, and then that's why his other wife left him because they'd argue because. One he went to some bear camp, what it was called, bear camp, wherever he went. It took him 90 minutes to get there. So it was 90 minutes from his house. So and then the video, so that was a 6-hour day. Like I told you on the phone when I was at Menards, if I told my wife I'm going up to Duluth for the day, she'd be like, why? Where are you going?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, about 3 years ago, I had a Friday off to go somewhere. I can't remember what it was, and it might have been. It was the state fair, and something happened, so I had the day off from work, and I said, well, something, I'm going to go up to Mille Lacs for the day and do some video. And that's fine, because she was going to do something else. Something happened out with the work or something. So I did some videos along the way, and I ended up had to get back a little early because the airport job wanted me to work the overnight. So I a couple of videos I couldn't. The farmhouse I wanted to check out, but that was kind of an unplanned thing. And I'm like, I had breakfast at Hoagie's. I drove at 129, went to an abandoned house, which I put it up on this channel too as well. It was a trashed house. I went up to abandoned. What do you want to call it? What do people always go to? What do they call those things? But it was a bunch of houses in there. It was a pretty cool place. But I did certain things. That's something that was out of the blue. But because that's what Carpetbagger would do. He'd be gone. He was 1 year. He was gone. I was up in. He was gone for. He was only home 7 days. Only home 7 days for his channel.
Yeah.
Because he said one day, and I told that to Carl. I couldn't imagine you get up. You have to think where you're going to go, and you got to pay for gas. You got to pay for food. 3 squares. He's a big boy. He's got to keep himself going. Go. Pay for it to get into places. Get back to your hotel. Edit, and put the sucker up, and hopefully go somewhere. Next morning, where am I going next? You know what I'm saying? It's you're constantly chasing. You know what I'm saying? The Huss has talked about that. She works 160 hours a week on her channel. That's a lot of work. And
too much work for too little reward.
Yeah, and she still bitches she doesn't get enough money. That's why she does her nude stuff on her calendars and stuff. So it's just and all these YouTubers are subsidized. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
by
not
people.
For me.
No, I know, and I get it. I mean, she's a nice lady, Jenny Penny. She really is, but she's just too much. But she's gonna find out real. Okay, she's engaged. Fine, so everything's all cool right now because I went to something for a couple days without a camera, which I'm shocked that he went anywhere without videotaping it. Like Wonder Hussy said, she can't go anywhere unless she can videotape it. I have gone many times with my wife with no camera. I may bring it with us to take pictures of us at some place. So we've been to outings before. We use it for our calendar, but it goes in my pocket. After we take a few pictures of each other, it goes in my pocket. You know what I'm saying?
I don't. I really try to keep my phone in my pocket when.
Oh no, absolutely.
When we're together. sometimes out at dinner, like we'll take them both and we'll set them face down, like on top of each other, and like slide them over to the other edge of the table. Because,
I had
like, she has a job where she sort of gets, she doesn't get messages all the time, but like she's doing herself a favor if she keeps up on her voicemail or her email,
Yep.
But we had to, like, hey, let's try not to do this stuff when we're having our we time. But yeah, I could never just be like, well, I mean, if I really wanted to, I guess she would support me. But if I was just like, hey, I'm going to go on a cruise by myself for 4 days, hell no.
Hell no.
Hell no.
Only if my wife was going to be gone for business, for something, for...
Correct.
Then she'd say, hey, if you want to go, but I don't think so.
Right.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think
and
so.
Honestly, I wouldn't want to be away from her for... I mean, like, we're independent people that function independently of each other.
I had
just
to go
fine.
when I was
like, I wouldn't want to travel for weeks at a time and be away from.
I had to go
wife,
to the Philippines every once in a while for a company. We had a factory in the Philippines for a whole week, and I went to Indonesia, and that was a long time away. And you're in a third world country, and all the women think they want you to. You married?
Yep.
Every one of them wants to, because a couple times I wouldn't wear my ring. I just didn't want any jewelry on me when you're walking the streets.
Right.
You just don't. So they all thought it was, would you want to get married? Ask me right out in the break room. Right out in the break room. Right out in the break room. And they're beautiful. And I go, no, I'm married. Oh, sure, no. Do you have anybody? I'm like, no. But that always sucked. But, yeah, that was. I want to ask you real quick. I know you're not political, but what's your thoughts on that Iran behavior with the hunch?
I think that if they really want to put an end to all that stuff, they'll have to do boots on the ground.
And like I've said,
so I think they won't do boots on the ground. So I think that this was just the parade, the military parade, didn't get him what he wanted. So I think he wanted to do an actual show of force. So.
Yep. No, I said that in my audio version, if you heard it or not, over at their channel. I did an audio on that, and exactly what I heard.
I saw it, but I didn't listen to it yet.
Yeah, I did the same thing in the car. I just talked about my car. I just said, hey, listen, it's going to boots. It's just like, again, you're a terrorist, right? And your name is KC, right? And we took out KC because guess what? We blew him in and done. Okay, KC's in his car. We took out the car in KC. The car's been destroyed. We know it. We can see it. You're like in some shack in the middle of the desert. Boom, it's gone because we can all see it. KC and his boys are gone. Right now, we get into a building. Hey, we bombed the crap out of it. We brought in somebody to make sure it's gone. When you start, a big building like you saw in World War II, all the buildings are getting destroyed. They destroyed them, but we built it with our money. But when it comes to this thing, and I told people on Wednesday, they're going in because a few people I know are in the military. Talk to me. JJ, a very good friend of mine, goes, Cowboy, they're going in. He goes, they're going this weekend. He's a little younger than I am, and he goes, they're going in, Cowboy. He goes, he did the 2-week behavior meeting, we're going in. And people act like he organized it. He didn't organize it. It was the boys in the band that did all the organizing. He just sat there with his stupid red hat on and watched it happen. So I get it, he's a commander-in-chief. All he did was, yes, go ahead, I green-light it. You know what I'm saying? He didn't sit there. And I told somebody on Sunday, I said, and I talked to him this week, and I said, because he's pissed at the moment, he's getting pushback, right? And he thinks it's a 12-day war. Well, hey, it's 12 days. I brokered a ceasefire, and it's all over, right? It's all over. Hey, I bought out Casey's company. I'm going to give him a little money for a couple of years, and I own it now. That's easy, okay? It doesn't work that way. And the only way they're going to get Israel's because here's the deal. He saw that people were happy with Israel going into Iran because it was their baby, right? Like Iowa invades and Wisconsin invades Iowa. Everyone thinks that's cool, but all of a sudden Minnesota decides to jump and do the same thing and help them out. You know what I'm saying? Wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? What are you doing? So I just think, and I told somebody, I said, I know we have the bunker bombers. I told somebody that we have that technology, but I said, you don't know how bad it is down there. He could say literally all he wants. He's getting pushed.
Yeah, you can't tell anything from those pictures. You can just see the holes where they went in.
They're going to have to get in.
They moved all that material out.
Yep, absolutely.
They know they did. There's those pictures of the truck.
Yep.
So what they did was they destroyed the refinery or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's probably a worse situation because now they're going to take that material to someone else that can actually make something
Correct.
out of it,
Correct.
They actually sped up the process because now they're going to take it to somebody who knows what the hell they're doing.
I mean, LA, they still have the guardsmen out there, but no one cares. And the military, but parade didn't do squat for them. So, no, I've said before, boots in the ground. I'm waiting for that to come out. I'm waiting for someone to actually say that because he's pissed because guess what? People are saying now. He's mad. He's just so pissed off about this because he's used to everyone just going, "Oh, everything's all good, man. We're all good, man." You know. But it's just.
Well, hey, I gotta run, man.
Okay, well, I appreciate you coming on, and Jenny.
Have a good one.
Jenny Penny says hello, and and here we are. I'm coming to you live. I love it. You guys, you're not live. You know, I usually, if you watch my adventure channels, I'll just say, "Here I am, you guys don't have to." Here's the date. I'm down here in Mississippi. You know, I don't go, "Hey, you guys." I've done that in a few videos. Hey, you guys. You know, and I'll imitate or I'll do a daily woo. You know what I'm saying? You know the way he does his stuff too as well. You ready to go? Shall you join me? He does it all the time. He'd be a great a porn actress reading porn. You guys, it looks like Cowpote's looks like, guess what? Casey, he's gonna mount Sue Ellen. Oh my God. Oh, she's got that look on her face. Looks like he's a little endowed tonight. Let's join us, shall we? And then you got Kurt Baker side by side. Hey, you guys, here I am in the bedroom of Cowpote. Oh my word. Jenny Penny, I wish I was hung like a baby gorilla like cow shit. I know, I love to laugh. Thanks, Casey. I appreciate you coming on the show and doing a roundabout and all the stuff. Appreciate it, my friend. There he goes, Casey. Appreciate him. I always appreciate him coming on. I like it. He can just Ted the Talking Head was where was he? He was at Tennessee to see George with the Devil Destroyers. So I talked to him today, heading back. So he saw George. He did go by himself, but the wife came along. So that was kind of cool to have him go to George Thorogood after he almost died a couple years ago. Died twice. Let me see. Your thumbnail applies that all illegals are gardeners and are poking fun out. Not really. I'm not poking on anything. I'm just telling you that. Okay. Let me see. Just gotta do some stuff here, but oh wow, 4:45 on Saturday, 3:45 on Sunday. Jesus Christ! Let me sleep for once, for Christ's sake. Oh my goodness! There's new content about NASCAR. I don't care about NASCAR. Don't care. Faker book. Let's call Santa Claus. Santa Claus is coming to town. The brown shirts tonight. No dingers mad about that, but oh well.
What's up?
The brown shirts are on the phone here.
Oh yeah, I love brown shirts.
I just talked to KC. He was on. He called me and did my intro. So me and him did our back and forth. So he had to go down the road. So kind of when me and him can have a conversation, then me and you come on and talk about all the behavior. We did talk a little Sarasota Tim. That he talked about the Dinger video. I wasn't much excited about that. I mean, it was okay. He was trying to be a Sarasota Tim, but he doesn't have that something of a draw. But anyways, he tried. I get it. You know, it never hurts to try. Okay.
Yeah, he's doing a little bit of Old Man Nation.
I get that. He's trying to be something. That's fine. You know, the haters are running out of things, and he goes. You're absolutely right in my video where I'm helping. The haters are helping Sarasota Tim grow. If I'm Sarasota Tim, I don't know why he strikes channels. He said he KC. We'll see if he's lying then or lying now. He said he's no longer listening to Blind Views and no longer of Mighty Python.
That could be.
He claims.
I don't know.
Well, we'll see if he's lying in or lying now.
I know about Monty Python. I won't know about BlindViews because I don't listen to BlindViews, except after the fact. And I don't think you can see the live stream after the deal's over.
Right. So tonight is the brown shirts in Pennsylvania. So before we get to the blind views, and he brought up some things that we talked about him, and you'll hear that when you hit this back if you decide to, that the jealousy he talked about, what they do agree that we pointed out he's jealous of the RVers because now it's always covering and claims no longer Tim, but that won't last very long. He'll break the seal, like, you know, when you're in a bar, you're drinking. Let's say you're drinking tonight in your town, and we're in the bar in the corner, and we've been drinking.
Well, is he dependent on the money, or is it just extra coin?
I think he depends on whatever he gets. But the bottom line is,
if he's dependent on the money, he's got to do it. If it's like us, we don't care.
Right.
If we want to do it, we do it. We don't, we don't.
Exactly. I mean, he'll break the seal, like I said, in the bar. I think his balls are full of Timmy, and the seal will break. Like I said, you drink in the bar. Once you break your seal, guess what happens? You go and party all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he'll break that. It's like drinking a lot of coffee or something all morning long at work, and you're just like, okay, and you finally wait till the last minute. But anyway, so what's up with your hero, your uncle, Sarasota Tim? What's going on for all the haters out there? Let us know. 1, 2, 3, go.
Last I checked, he has been dark for 24 hours, unless he's just put something up recently.
Sarasota Tim has gone silent?
He's been dark for a whole 24-hour period.
I don't believe that.
I know, it's crazy. That's why everybody's it's so funny. People are putting stuff out because he's got nothing to feed off of.
Do you think that some of the gay mafia might have kidnapped him in Sarasota?
Well, it's like being an Amazon driver. There's certain houses where if you're not stopping there to deliver a package, you wonder if they're okay.
We know what we need to do. We need to fly down Dinger and New York Dan and do a welfare check on him. New York Dan would be
I was just going to say, what do the police call that? They call that a welfare check.
Yeah. Well, I think because Dinger lives closer, doesn't he? He lives closer. How close is? I don't know the state. How far is Sarasota? Well, it's Tampa Bay. So how far is Tampa from Jacksonville? How far is that?
Dinger's in Jacksonville.
Yeah, I know he is. So my point is, if he'd have to drive down. How far is that?
I think it's diagonal. That's probably 300, 400 miles.
Yeah, because that's right. He's on the other side of the bay. That's right. I forgot. You're right. I keep forgetting that, not downward across. You're right. So, because the hurricanes,
Florida, those interstates are full of people.
Yeah, so I think you got to put me in hold right now, and I think you need to tell your wife, give him some what do you call that? Where you at Western Union it down to him? I'd say $1,000 should be good enough for Dinger to get home and back to his lovely wife. You know, get down there. He's a Navy man. Puts on the dress whites and rolls up there and nope. This is Dinger here. I'm here to check on Sarasota Tim. He hasn't been on YouTube for a whole day, and we're here to check on his young ass. That'd be an epic video. Dinger going down.
Well, he's got an office where he lives. We call the office.
That's you never know. Maybe T-Bucket is making him into a sex slave. Wow, that's breaking news here in this show. Wow.
I think he's outside Tammy's apartment holding up one of those boom boxes playing love music, like Take Me Back.
Because very rarely I get recommended all the haters now. I guess there's a few out there I've seen. I think after I watched his bike one, I got recommended few of them, and I just ignore them. But I get recommended you all the time. I get recommended New York Dan, not very much. Very rarely I'll get recommended his young ass. He moved. This is New York Dan. But
yeah.
But I did see Barium Exposure one cruising around.
Oh, you saw that?
Yeah, I did see
it. Pooping at the McDonald's, pooping at the Walmart.
Yep. So cruising around.
That's a good one.
Well, my favorite when he did that one when he was all mad about Sarasota Tim returning the shirt, how mad he was going to call Walmart. That's one of my top 10 videos of the year so far. To do a video like that, you're working for something that company you work for, and I come on and I say, goddamn, Carl gets in an accident. If I find out he gets a job someplace else, I can't believe it. They would hire him. It's like people calling your law firm when they found who the hell you were.
And the funny part is, Sarasota Tim's not even smart enough to think of that kind of deal. It was probably JJ that had the idea.
Mm-hmm.
Because Tim ain't smart enough for that.
Yeah, good old trolling makes me laugh. I just you can never get enough of that behavior.
Did you get your apology?
No, I don't think so. I don't think we're gonna get that tonight. Yeah. This will be up tonight, obviously during the show. So it's not people listen to this tomorrow. We'll see if he'll apologize, but he won't.
Yeah,
you saw my video. It was a quick 8-minute video.
Will he double down on the lie, saying something like, "Oh, well, I thought it was a troll account. I really thought it was them"?
No,
a normal person would think.
No, he'll say, "Yeah, he did it." He'll still double down, like the hunch is done, claiming that the whole nuclear facility in Iran is done. He'll double down. No, he would never admit he's wrong. If he did, it'd be half baked. Like saying, but he would never. Yeah. He would never say, "Hey, guess what, you guys? I was wrong." But prove the proof, man. What else do you do all day long? Nothing. He would never admit he's trash.
He
Correct.
can't admit his faults.
Right. But no, he won't do it. But I think I just had it kind of popped my mind on yesterday, and I'll put up today, this morning, and get it out. Give him time to think about it. And same thing with. Old Man Nation did a really good video smoking cigars, sitting outside. I love those kind of videos because smoking the cigar when you're doing what he's doing and drinking a beer, when you have your hands.
That's gotta be one of his top 10 videos.
Yeah, because he's smoking a cigar like what I do in my car, and you're walking and talking, and the cigar and the beer give you something to do in between thinking. You take a sip. It gives you something in your hands. You know what I'm saying?
And even though he said it was 20 minutes, it didn't feel like it.
No, I listened the whole thing, just like a podcast. Yeah. He was sitting there telling us a story, kind of like what I do. When I put a video up, I'll say something in the videos. I kind of talk about something real quick, and then I get to it. You know what I'm saying? I kind of say something that's on my mind, and then I go, all right, and I go, by the way, and then I get into it. You know what I'm saying? I'll say something. I'm down in the water place down there. I walk down the water. I'll say something, But when I have my cigar in my hand, it helps me think to take a puff. It's when he's drinking a beer and smoking a cigar. It's like I've done it before. I've sat outside the deck before on the deck and had a cigar and a beer before. I've done it before. I'll sit there and I'll look in the camera. I've done a few of those. You just kind of, or a pop or something. It just gives you you kind of get your mind going, and those are the best things with no notes. I don't care what I know you do, but it's just sometimes I do forget things, but it's more authentic. You can have the notes in front, behind the camera, and wear sunglasses. That's fine, so you don't look like you're reading like on Saturday Night Live. You know what I'm saying? So
I don't.
I get it. No, that's okay.
I don't hide the fact that I'm using
notes, I understand, but to me, and I don't care. It's just my personal. I get my videos when I'm thinking I'm going to do something. Maybe I want to rip on you, or I want to rip on whoever. I get it in my mind at work, and I try to get all and I go live. I have no notes in front of me here when I'm doing my podcast. I have the music in front of me. And I don't have any notes. That's just the way I am. When I'm working, I'm driving, you may call me and give me something, say something, whatever. I may watch a video or something, and I get it. But no, that was a good video because he kept you entertained the whole time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he's sitting out.
I save that for when I get hyped up on something.
Right.
And then I'll just go. I won't have any notes.
No, you learn.
I'm all excited about it, and I talk about it.
I've been doing it for 20 years.
The excitement comes across in it.
I've evolved to the. Hey, you know when I was listening to a guy today about the DJI 3s? You have a 2, right? You have a 2, right?
Yeah, I got a 2.
And the DJI 3, I guess, is really tough to find. I'm like, I don't know. I typed in there. I said, I've seen them over at. They want $702, but he can't find him anywhere. It's like, but he said something too as well. They're not very durable. And I've told before, the gimbal should be in a case. The gimbal should be secured more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got a little metal frame that came with mine that I keep it in, and it protects the gimbal.
Oh, at all times or what?
At all time. Well, until you got it out, until you're using it. But if you're not using it,
I understand.
It's in a metal case, so you.
Oh, mine's in my case. Mine's in my case all the time too, as well. When I'm right now, it's under my desk. But my point is that should be enclosed, like my Samsung. I have my 360. I do in my car. That's that Samsung. If you go look at just next time, type in Samsung 360, and you'll see what I'm using. You've seen me show it in the video, right? It's white, and the camera's inside of it. They should have that, so the gimbal is inside a hard case. You know what I'm saying? It can move back and forth, but it's in a hard case. You know what I'm saying? Because that thing, mine broke, and they gave me a new one. But that's the biggest problem. You know what I'm saying? With these gimbals, they're not very. They need to make them a little more stronger, and make it also waterproof, and also.
If mine broke, I don't know if I'd get another one.
I wouldn't either.
I don't know if the gimbal really adds that much.
It does, and I'm not. I shouldn't like. I kind of regret that I bought it. I kind of jumped in the wagon. I love the 3. It's got great thing, but if they had the gimbal more improved, let's say they put a 4th one out, and the gimbal was like in something that was like solid, maybe. But you're so nervous with that gimbal. You'd be very careful. If you drop that thing, you're screwed.
Yeah.
I love I got a brand new DJI. They gave me a brand new one, and I love my DJI. I don't mind GoPro, but the GoPro gets too hot, but whatever. But the guy was talking on the video. I said, it's all what, again, you had a conversation. You like to use your phone. I'm a camera guy, and that's your preference. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm trying to move to camera. Now that I got my laptop, I got someplace to put it and edit.
Well, if you want to go to camera, I recommend now they have the DJI 5 out. If you're going to do it, do the DJI 5, because now they have the 5 out.
I've already got the 2, and I got a GoPro 12 or 13, one of those.
Right, but that's fine. But if you decide you want to go to a DJI and you want to go to go up to the next one, go to the 5. You'll because I love my GoPro, but the problem is the battery gets too hot, and I have a 10. Mine's a 10, and I love it. It does great work for me. It does great work. You know what I'm saying? But I just love you get these DJIs. The one I have right here, the Action 4. It's just. I
like how the GoPro looks when you're walking around.
No, I understand. They both.
I like that wide angle.
No, they both have it. Yeah. It's just that you can get the package where you have 3 batteries, and you can walk around let's say you want to go through some walking trails with your DJI. The Action 4, that you could probably do 12 videos with 2 batteries, because it doesn't get so hot. Where the GoPro will shut off on you after like 2 or 3 videos because it gets too hot. You know what I'm saying? That's just my personal. Yeah. And I like my GoPros. But I also my DJI is my go-to one. But anyway, so let's talk about.
Yeah, what I want the GoPro for is like when I pop out and there's a dog there, I'll be able to get the dog kind of surreptitiously.
Correct. It's your preference, and I use my GoPro. Yeah. I used my Pocket 2 for 3 videos, which. It's kind of hard to you look at what you're looking at, especially how long the video is going. It's such a small screen, that Pocket 2. It's hard to look at how long you're going. And I hate it that you have to keep adjusting the damn gimbal to stay at one spot. You know what I'm saying? So it's a good camera. I used it in St. Martin. I did a few videos with that. It's kind of fun to do when you just want to walk around, but I get it. I mean, I would probably never buy another big, like you said, it could die tomorrow. I'd cry. My biggest bitch is that they don't have the battery to take in and out. They don't have that. So you can't go do a bunch of videos. Once it's done, you're done. You can't, you don't have the ability to pull batteries out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, they've just made the phone so easy.
Oh, no, I understand.
It's right there.
Well, the iPhones are really nice. I mean, anybody that wants. I mean, that's what Wonder Hussy uses. I think she's got a GoPro for backup, but she uses her phone. That's all she pretty much. Yeah. She pretty much uses is her phone. But she's got that big dead cat in there, so she kind of looks the phone, the big dead cat on her phone. So, and I get it. That's what she likes to do. She's been a lot better one than I do. God bless.
You just need to have a mount.
Yeah, I know you got to. Hey, you want to get invested in YouTube? You got to get the right camera and you got to get the stuff to bells and whistles and close your mic.
That's going.
But anyway, so let's talk about your uncle Blind Views. And Casey Grits talked about it, that he does think he's jealous of the Nomads.
Yeah, well, he let it slip that, he was looking into doing it before his eyesight went too bad.
Right.
And that's why he was researching it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you watch some of his real old stuff, he's kind of a goofy little dude like me, interviewing nomads,
right,
and being all excited to be interviewing them or whatever.
Correct.
Hey, I was over at Laser, and the dude, he's the dad of a son you used to hang out with. He died early. I got the right guy.
Hey, you want me to call?
Show me your.
Let me call.
Yeah, give me a call.
Let me call Mark. Okay.
All right.
Hang on.
He showed me your picture. It had to be you.
Calling Mark. Here we go. Let's call Mark.
He's a truck driver over.
Oops. He hung up.
Hello?
This is the Brown shirts tonight. I had Carl on, and he hung up, or I hung up on him. I don't know. So maybe he'll call.
Did you hang up on him, or did he hang up on you?
I don't know. You want me to call him back?
Oh, I don't care. Whatever you want to do. I thought that he hung up on, he got upset or something.
No, Carl would never get upset with me. He would never hang up. I was trying to get you on, and then all of a sudden he went down the road, so I'll give him a couple of minutes and we'll call him. But anyways, how you doing?
We're doing good. I just got back from town again.
Yep.
Spending more money in there,
Yep.
I'm just trying to contribute to the Trump economy here.
So,
call it that.
Good video this morning. I don't think that was too long. We were just discussing that. Again, I was telling Carl, I said, he had the cigar in his mouth, and I appreciate the shout out. But I said, I get how he felt, because you looked very comfortable. You had your beer, you had your cigar, and I told him, when you can do what he's doing, which I've done on the deck. I've done that on the deck before. I've had a beer and a cigar a few times, many other videos a long time ago. And I told him, when you're doing what he's doing, and you have the cigar, he's in his realm, he's a grown-ass man, and he's puffing on a big-ass cigar, and it's inexpensive. I just bought 2 packs of new cigars today for $17. 10 cigars for $17, okay?
Oh, okay, yeah.
At a cigar place, a different brand had tried to charge it. What the hell? To change
That's what I tried. That's what I did. I said, you know what? Just like I said in my video, I went for the cheaper ones. I tried different ones.
Yep.
Because, and you know what? It actually, that Swisher Sweet was actually smooth, didn't leave an aftertaste, I didn't feel polluted or anything.
When it comes to cigars, I like a nice taste to it. I don't like this. It's like rib. I like ribs, but I don't want the sauce to override the taste of the meat. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't care what New York Dan says. I get humidors. There's a place over, when I get a chance to come home, I'll come down Louisiana when I come from St. Paul, and the new cigar place, they moved to a new place, and they have this big humidor, and that's right. I can buy my cigars now, and they give them 2 packs at a time, and you save like $3. But she goes, we were talking about cigars. She goes, yeah, cigars should be enjoyed, not like, oh my God, but then I told him, I said, he's sitting there with a beer in his hand, like he's talking to his congregation. But I said it wasn't too long. I said, I listened to the whole thing while I was at my desk. I said he started like I do. He started to tell a little story about things. He kind of, blah blah blah, kind of entertained you, and then got into what he had to talk about. I said, that's what it's all about. I said, just feeling relaxed and talking. I said, I don't think he had notes, and I said, that just made it very simple. I said, if you need to have the notes, you have it behind the camera. But I said, sometimes I forget stuff. When I do my 8-minute videos in the car, I got to get my stuff out of the way, and I get to my point, and I make it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I do in the back. I go in the backyard with my camera down by the creek that now is full of water. You know, I go down there and or walk and talk through the woods, or in my car and I'm driving. You get your point across. But I told Carl, I said, that's, you know, I said he looked. I think it was a fine video. So we.
I thought maybe, you know, I do beat myself up. I think, oh shoot, I drifted off the subject. I need to stay on one subject, but I guess that's the way. You know, I feel like, you know, if you're going to draw people in, kind of draw them in, you know, just what you've been doing, just kind of like you said, and then you can go into your main subject or multiple subjects, I should say. And I think I might have forgot to say a couple things, but oh well.
It's good. Like when
I know it got a little long. 26 minutes was a little long.
Just like when I do like I said, I could listen to you for, you know, if you were doing a 40-minute video giving me information. Right. I mean, just like I do my audios, I usually give you a quick little intro of what I've been doing, and then I talk my military and I get to it. I mean, you kind of, you bring it into the show, you bring it in. I get it, but it's just you can,
I just don't know where BlindViews came off yesterday at the end there. He got triggered. I think he must have been watching Fox News before he went on the air or something, because he got over. He's like so pissed off. But it's typical. It's typical crap that I've already heard off of the right wing side of like Fox or somebody like that, or OAN or somebody like that.
Well, I think he's going to start stalking. And I was just telling Carl, I said, I think he's gonna, he can only handle so long of not talking about Sarasota Tim, because he's gonna listen. Maybe he'll watch. He does, or he's gonna watch Carl Dinger, and then he just won't be able to handle not talk about Tim. What's his name? Tater is only so much. He doesn't really do anything. The build's done, and that's his bitch boy. So, and then all these people that are stalking, you know, what's that bunny chick who, you know, whatever, and all these people that he's following, and that will only go so long, because I think he's jealous of these people. He's a wannabe RVer nomad, and I said, I just think he won't last without Timmy. It's all you know. I mean, I think you've said you don't cover him very much. You've gone back and forth, but you've never just said, I'm not going to listen to you. Well, you know.
Yeah, I didn't really want to talk about Timmy, but I just thought it was kind of funny. You know, he put out that one video and he first shows himself. And that's the thing is, to see BlindViews could have ran with that one video where he didn't have a shirt on. He was over there at the park and he rode his little scooter around, and he goes down the mall and he starts talking crap about don't shop at Dick's Sporting Goods, where he used to go there all the time. But I think they finally told him, dude, we're not taking any more of your stuff back.
Yeah, I think
you know what? We know you.
Yeah, I think that's what you said. So, yeah, some Walmart will do that too. If you bring back stuff, they'll put you on a list. I think certain stores will do that. I mean, if you're bringing stuff back all the time like that, no, we don't want. I mean, hey, guess what? You know, they'll put you on a list.
Oh my God, yeah. It's like, I don't mind. Hey, if I make a mistake on buying something, it depends on how much it costs and everything. You know, it all depends if I'll take it back or not. You know, I mean, I bought some shorts over at Costco. Well, you can't try them on there. So I get home, I try them on, and it's like, oh man, these things are too tight. So I took them back because they're, you know, $14. Right. So, you know, that's what you do.
What I've done, I've a few times I buy one of each size. Sometimes I'll do that.
Right.
That way I don't got to go back out again. So we do that. She'll do that once in a while. She'll buy one. I did that. I bought one pair of pants, black ones that were really liked, and I bought two more the next week at a Costco out in Maplewood. And I was in there having the hot dogs, and I walked back, and they had plenty of them, and I bought them because the other ones fit. But no, I understand. She'll do that. We'll be at, but now we put the new sink in. The guy came and put it in $120. Here's your money. You know, he was $116 or where the hell it was. Here's $120. I appreciate you putting it in. But
wow, that's a good price.
Oh yeah, well he's my local grunt, because we're at the Menards, and he goes, the older guy who helped us out real well, and she wanted to go to Home Depot and to save $20 or something. I said no. We're going to buy this. I got to get home and do an NFL podcast. You're not going to go over to Home Depot and just save $20. So the guy was telling me what blah, blah, need. And I said, sir, I pay people to put that stuff into my house. I said,
Right.
I don't have time. I get money. I get paid to do work at my uncle's cutting cars in half. Okay, and I showed him a picture of what I was doing. He goes, "Oh, mine." I go, "Yeah, I've done this before. This is what I've done." I said, "I'm not going to come home work," and it took him 2 hours to do it, whatever it did to take him, to do it.
Right.
I said, "I'm not doing that." I said, I had a friend of mine I told I carried Oak Ridge, and I told him about doing the lawn. He goes, "I pay people like you to do my lawn."
Right.
I just he's a jack of all trades. He's probably in his late 60s. He's put electrical in. He's done things for us. Well, his name is Dave, so he's a local guy. He goes, "Can you get rid of the sink?" I go, "Yeah, I'll bring that to work. We have a big thing we put a roll off in, and I'll throw it in there."
Right.
So I said, "Don't worry."
Oh, hey, it's nice to have those kind of guys around, because they'll usually do good work,
Right.
and
I got
they're
a
not
few-
going to overcharge you.
I got a few electricians I know at the job. I'll give them a 6-pack of grain belt, and they'll come in. They did some rewiring after our house got back charged from NSP. It screwed a lot of stuff over. NSP had to spend $20,000 on our house to redo everything because it was their fault. And a few things they missed, my buddy came over and pulled some more stuff for me, but he goes, "Just give me a 6-pack of beer." But I've known him for years. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
My nephew, who I paid for his education over at Dunwoody, whenever I need something, I paid for the whole 9 yards back from '94, and he'll come over if I need something. He'll come over and help something because he knows, whatever. It's an appreciation, I've never, So he'll come over. He's a real good electrician. So if he's in the area, can he come over? Sure, no problem. So, and his brother is a very good welder. Puts together, works for a place that does fire trucks. So he does.
Oh, that's pretty nice.
Oh yeah, man. So he's smart. So if I do need certain things from certain people, I have that ability to get people to help me out with something. So, anyways.
So I was watching your cooking video, and I thought, well, where's the other sandwich?
That's exactly.
I guess you and your wife split it.
No, that's exactly. You're right. I would guarantee by the time Casey Grits gets to this part, he's going to say, he goes, where was your sandwich? I said, she had something else. I think she had a grilled cheese or something, maybe, but she didn't have that. So I think she had something else that day. But it's, like tonight, it's burgers. I'm cooking burgers on the grill tonight. So,
and I have to agree with her. I said, those tomatoes look pretty small.
Yeah, I know.
Pretty thick.
Let me call him. Let's see if he's available.
He's probably out doing his flex.
Yep. Let's call him. Hang on a second. Let me see if he's available.
Hey, what's up?
All right. I think hang on a second. There you are. You're back. Did I hang up on you or hang up on me?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm here.
Here you
He's probably been on hold the whole time.
I don't know. This dude I met this guy, and his son was best friends with this other son over here at Amazon.
Yep.
And I knew him, and it's the first time I've seen him since I've been back. So I was just telling him.
So you both.
It doesn't mean anything to you guys, but yeah, it's pretty cool.
So I got something. This is kind of a sensitive subject, Carl, and Cowpote is that Cowpote did a video just a couple of days ago and kind of called you out on stalking Sarasota Tim so much, and I thought, what the heck? What kind of friend is that? You know which one I'm talking about?
I don't know, but we got to do a welfare check on the guy. He's been dark for 24 hours.
You know what? I think he's got a side hustle. I think he's got a job.
Really?
I think he might have a job. Either he came into some money or he's got a job. J-O-B.
We were just saying we were gonna send money down to Dinger right now. Carl probably did that, and we were gonna tell Dinger to head over down to Tampa and do Dinger should be on the way right now to do welfare check on Sarasota Tim. You know?
Maybe we need to put some eyes on him for 24 hours and follow him around.
Right. You never know. Well, New York Dan lives too far away. We have to fly his ass down there where Dinger could get there faster. You know what I'm saying?
Dinger's got that mole that lives a couple doors down from Tammy.
Really?
Yeah, he knows a person that lives a couple doors down from Tammy.
So he
knows what cars are in the parking lot and how long they're there and all this stuff.
So it'd be kind of like a Mission Impossible. Dun 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 dun, and he sends Dinger the videos and the pictures. Dun, the welfare called Sarasota Tim welfare check. Dun 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 dun.
Not unless Sarasota Tim is. Got picked up by the cops, and he has to go to jail at nighttime or somehow, and they only let him out for a few hours.
That'd be hilarious.
Well, I got to get out and do my job or something like that. He got picked up for DUI, and they let him out on for his job in the daytime.
Work program. They call it. They call it workhouse. They call it workhouse. They have it here in Minnesota.
Except for him being on a cruise, he's never been 24 hours without making a video.
I know it.
That I can remember.
Really?
I'll tell you. Yeah. But the other thing that's suspicious about, I think you brought it up or somebody did, is about Fred and Rafaela. Isn't that pretty suspicious? That you go full on for about a month or two with them, and then all of a sudden nothing. I wonder if he screwed them over on some money or something.
I brought it up as 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. He said he was taking her to the airport. We've never seen anything about this.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of suspicious too,
So do you think tonight? Do you think tonight, Marky Mark? Do you think he will? Do you think your uncle will get prompted in the chat room?
I don't. I mean, there's somebody in there. I don't know the name of them. Did bring it up last week. I think he's probably going to ignore him or he's going to block him. I think he's going to try to keep it on the low.
Because the thumbnail says, what nomad do you like? What's your favorite nomad? So
they're going to talk about, Hater because they all hate Hater and they're jealous and, they're jealous of his little cat thing. I don't care, man. Let the guy build his little cat box there, Who cares if it's over his head? I mean, it's
But like
ridiculous.
like I did in the video, I think you heard me say in the video, he did that for the White Hats. Thank God nobody's doing an inspection on you. You know what that is? When they find out where he lives, guess what they're going to do? They probably know the license plate of the truck in the first place. They already know what it is. He showed it. So they'll go to the state of Mississippi. Hey, if you see this, school bus, this blue school bus, send a picture of it. And then they'll send a picture of the. I could just see someone doing the whole 9 yards to somebody. Wherever if they figure out where he's at, you better check this thing out. He's got this on sale. I don't know why it happened above his head.
They ratted on him so many. They ratted on him so many times. They turned him in down there when he was in courtside.
Yeah.
They phoned him in everywhere.
It's just so sad. People do that behavior. All these ratted YouTubers.
Mind your own damn business. People,
No. Then he gets all pissed because no one's telling where they're going. It's none of your goddamn business where Mark and his wife are going. That's why Wonder Hussy doesn't do that anymore. She doesn't. She doesn't say shit. After the fact, she'll say where she was. Wandering Gypsy found out. I mean, even though she wasn't there, some guy was stalking her. Hussy will say, I'm in an undisclosed location, middle of nowhere. Because if she says, well, she's going to be at over at what the hell's that place called again? She goes at what's that big thing they have in the middle of the desert?
Burning Man?
Yeah, she's going to burn that. She's going to give the address out because she's going to be there for 2 weeks, so people can send her stuff. People go see her. That'll
be like in September, I believe.
Yeah, and that's expensive to go. I looked one time for fun a couple years ago for fun. It's expensive to go. It's a lot of money to go there because
my buddy went back in the day, and he says it's just changed. It's become too much of a Gucci thing, now. All the big rich people go there now.
And then she said, it's a sex party and it's drugs and alcohol. It's all it is. It's kind of like Slab City on drugs. It's just Slab City, a richer version of Slab City. It's all it is. Just a bunch of people smoking dope and starting fires and having a good time, just get high on LSD. It's all it is. I mean, it's not. You're out in the middle of the damn desert, Mark. You're out. You're just sitting out there.
I know. I tell you, I see some of the pictures. I tell you, hey, those women look pretty good.
Oh yeah, if you want to get laid, get some herpes, go have at it, man. Have at it. So, but I think your uncle is jealous of those guys. I think he is. I think he's jealous of those of the nomads. I really did. I think he's he's an unhappy white man. He's very unhappy. He can't.
Oh, I don't know. Carl. So what was I going to say? So the Timmy thing. Yeah, it's kind of weird, isn't it, about Tim? What'd you think about him driving around scooting around on his little scooter there? I didn't know if he had his shirt on, or I wouldn't doubt he'd go out without his shirt, just zipping everywhere,
Yeah, he mentioned that one little bar that he stopped, so I was wondering if he was just going to scoot and go to that bar. But he probably doesn't have any money to drink like that.
Oh, I don't know.
He's going to go to buy himself in the sky or whatever it is, the hobo wine.
So, are you over there at the Flex Center?
Yeah, I'm all loaded up. Just waiting for him to, do the checkered flag so we can go. I'm all ready.
Dang.
Got my 34 stops, 4 hours, $110.
So it's 110. So they just pay you a straight for each load like that.
Yeah.
So
it's usually not 110 though. It's usually 88 for 4 hours.
For 4 hours, and you buy your own gas and use your own vehicle.
You use your own vehicle, yeah.
Oh, well.
So it's not fantastic money, but
yeah.
I can listen to what I want. I'm talking to you guys on the phone. It's you know what I mean.
Right.
As far as prison work, it's not as prisony as most jobs.
Did that job you spoke to me on the phone about? How'd that go? The job on the phone you talked to me about?
I haven't heard back from them yet.
Okay.
But that's some pretty hard work, so it's okay if I don't get that one.
No, I understand. You're
early in the morning. I kind of like just goofing off and doing this flex part.
Effing off, I get it. I do it all the time.
Yeah.
You can make more money. You can make more money working at Walmart.
Yep, be a greeter, Santa Claus. Greeting.
You could.
Actually, I don't think so.
No.
$15 an hour and up.
I think probably each route I do, maybe $20 goes toward my car and gas depreciation.
Right.
And then depending, my car's at 110,000 miles, so it's not, you know what I mean? I'm getting
correct
a good I get the tax deduction. I can write some other stuff off that aren't necessarily business expenses, but it's kind of fudging. Not that I condone that kind of activity.
So, gentlemen, I'm putting hot dogs on the grill tonight and corn on the cob. So, I appreciate Carl. I think I hung up on you. And Mark, I appreciate you taking the phone call. I appreciate you guys coming on the show. Okay, enjoy the brown shirts tonight. We'll see what happens. And the jealousy will rage with our uncle there, Mr. BlindViews. So.
Yeah, it should be exciting. Hopefully something will happen tonight, unless he's got his moderators.
The moderators will be there, but he can't. He once he sees it, then he's going to get prompt. So. Anyways, guys, I appreciate both you guys in the city of organized crime down there in the desert coming on Fearmongering Radio. I'll see both you guys all later, okay?
All right.
Thanks, guys. There they go. Bye. There they go. Appreciate it. We got to get those burgers. Remember the military? boots in the ground in Iran, man. Thank you, Casey Gritz, coming on and having a roundabout conversation about all kinds of good shows. You read, you travel, and you meet people. Remember, we have 1 and 2, and like I said, it capitulated September 2nd, and then we had Forgotten in Vietnam. Balls the size of what trees men went blue. Guys who can class, Air Force, Army, and the Marines, and the Navy, and the Merchant, NASCAR, Coast Guard uniform. Appreciate it on uniform. Thank you so much. Now, your choices in life. Would you shower in the shower of Penn State? I would not shower in the shower of Penn State. You don't like 2 men having consensual sex. You can't watch 2 women. That's not a very Christian thing to be doing, okay? AIDS will kill you. Herpes will last forever. Gonorrhea, ouch, needle in the penis, unwanted pregnancies. Magic Johnson, line in or line now, okay? That's all I'm saying. So protect yourself, smash your gas channel down, and don't drink and drive. Please call someone or you will murder somebody, okay? Pick up the phone. My name is Jeff. Presentation of Feed Mongan Radio, the Cowpote Podcast, NFL, NHL, everything else. Bitch Boy Radio from the outskirts, poor side, on rainy, great state of Minnesota. It's cow shit, cow pie. And we are out.